Hello, this is Michael again, creator of the Web Applications Programming Technology Users Group. And today we're going to be taking a tour of how to install AMPPS. It's a local host management system that you can download for free and install it on your machine, and it gives you a local host environment to install web applications on, and you can test them out on your local machine. And then when you're ready and you've got your public hosting set up, you can export from this service and then get it up to your site on the internet. So we'll start out. We're going to go to the AMPPS site, which is AMPPS.com. We'll click on Downloads. Now I'm working on a Windows machine, so I'm going to go in and get the Windows version of it. The current version is 3.8 as of this 6/5/2018 at 5 p.m. So yeah, I'm going to be downloading the Windows version of AMPPS. I'm going to do the installer type here for Windows 10 is what I'm installing onto. Just click here on the download, and we'll find a download directory. And I can already have it downloaded here. I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to do that again. But I am going to click on it here. We'll actually go to my downloads folder. Double click on AMPPS. And then Windows is going to ask you for permission to install things, which is always good. And it's going to crunch through doing its download, or rather its install. There it is. So I'm going to close my browser down. Click Next here. This is just saying all of the different user agreements that you need to agree to. So AMPPS has Apache, PHP, MySQL, Perl, and Python. Perl and Python are great scripting languages, as well as PHP. With this AMPPS, you'll be able to get over 200 apps with very simple installs. They aren't actually all loaded on your system, but they're linked to AMPPS has a cloud-based storage home that has all the demos of all the applications that you can install. Has demos of them there so that you can take a look and see what they look like. Play around with a demo version of it, and then download it and install it. And that's what we're going to do. It takes a little while to do things. Let's look at the about and see what this is. And it's taking a while to create the directories. Now I've already got this installed on my system, so I can probably just cancel this. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's creating its own folder structure and loading up all of the parts of the program that is going to be required for your AMPPS package to run on your host for your local machine. So when you get all done, you'll be able to type in localhost in your browser, and it will look to your hard drive to find a web server, which will be Apache, and then depending on which applications that you have loaded, you'll have access to those, as well as a control panel where you can do all kinds of different things and manage your applications and configuration of your Apache and your PHP, and do all of the other things that would be capable of doing with your AMPPS install. This is a system that is similar to XAMPPS, which is AMPPS. However, XAMPP does not have the Softaculous script installer as a default install part of the installation package. So you can compare and contrast your various setups for how you want to do this. So this is just a real-time experimentation with how long it's going to take to install this AMPPS. Of course, if you have a screaming fast computer, it'll probably go faster. I thought I had a pretty good system here. I've got a Pavilion, an HP Pavilion with 8 gigabytes of RAM and a terabyte of hard disk space. But as we can see, it is just taking as long as it's taking. So I'm going to stop the video here and pick back up when it's done installing. Alrighty, so it got done installing, and so now we're going to go and start it. So I've loaded it to be in one of my desktop pinned spots. Here's what the icon looks like. And so it's going to pop open its control panel here and let you know that Apache is running. PHP 5.6 is the version of PHP that's currently running, and MySQL is also running. So if you want to do some settings related to Apache or PHP or MySQL, you can get to them here. You can restore defaults. You can see the error log in case you're wondering if anything that you're running with Apache is creating errors. You can look at the error log here. And if you've made any changes to any of the configuration files in Apache, you need to restart it for them to take effect. So we can see different configurations of PHP. You're going to restart or restore the default configurations if you've changed things. You can see modify any of the extensions that you might want to include with your PHP that aren't currently there. MySQL, same type of thing. What can we do? We can edit the configuration, restore the defaults, see the error log, and restart the server in case you've made any configuration changes. And so there you go. There's the control panel. Here's the options, kind of the global options. This will open your browser and go to localhost. This will go to the home page. This is your admin. So we're going to go to admin first. So it opens up. It's all web-based control. So this gives you an overview of what's going on here. So this looks to know there's how many active users, how many installations, and how many scripts are enabled that you can install, and some info about your server and the versions of things that are running. Settings. So this allows you to set everything up as to where things will be. So these are some global settings that you can set up so that as you're installing applications, some of these default settings will be built into the apps that need different kinds of settings like this. There's quite a bit of settings in here. Alright, proxies. You can set it up to allow you to send mail. Oh, so this just allows you to set up all the different premium apps that you might want to feature. Premium, not necessarily a cost to any of these per se. There are quite a few. Over 400 here. But you can pick the top 14 apps that you want to feature to make installing them a little bit quicker for your users on your system. So at any rate, you can install quite a few, or any of the available ones here. And save. And then enable it. Categories here. Oh, so you can reorder the listings of the categories of the different types of apps that you can look at, so that it gives people, you can feature like ad management scripts before blogs and so forth, just by dragging and dropping them in. Take a look at all the error logs, if there is any. Currently there is no error logs, which is a good thing. Auto upgrades. Well, this is so it will upgrade the AMPPS installation if there's any new updates pushed out by the developers. And licenses, if you have any licenses. You can get a pro version of this AMPPS with more features, more software, evidently. There's some general software that's available. So this lets let you know what what's been installed on your system. As you install it, you've got a live web server running on your local machine here. So I mean, anything that you've downloaded and installed will be accessible here. This is just kind of a way for you to keep track of what you have and have not installed on your local machine. You can set here custom scripts that you've created that you want to install, and it will give you the instructions on how to do that. Got advanced settings. These are some advanced software settings for WordPress. So it enables the multi-site by default, or it gives it the user the option to install WordPress as a multi-site. You can check this and it would be the default value. Uncheck that if you don't want them to be able to turn the default off. Limit login attempts, and bold grid WordPress as a website builder. That's kind of a cool website builder. There's others I like better, but turn that on if you don't want it. So there's no results for script requirements. I'm going to check for any updates that might be available. We have the most current versions. Here we can see what's been installed. So this is, we'll go through and check for updates of the various scripts that are installed and let you update them to the most current versions, kind of managing your entire operation at the same time. I'll go back to home, go back to AMPPS. change the PHP version, more settings. There's a wiki about AMPPS, credits of who made AMPPS. You can write a testimonial if you want to. This is a graphical user interface to your directories that you have running on your system. This allows you to go to it as well. If there's anything going on there that you want to show off. And here we go. Here's the WordPress demo site. So forth. That's kind of cool. Back to Spectaculous. Hit the admin. Let's see what that does. Oh, that goes back to there. Okay. That's the same as both of those. I'm going to go here, and then we will, let's try this. So we get a local host. Oh, we get that. Okay, we get all the directories. Let's go to home. Let's see what we get. AMPPS. Here we go. AMPPS. So now we'll get the other ways of modifying things. You can add domains, manage your domains, stick to status, security center, set security center passwords, and so forth. Let's go passwords. Manage database systems. You can add databases. Manage your databases, manage your passwords. MongoDB is another database that's installed. It's a NoSQL database. Add some FTPs, manage your FTP, manage your aliases, get your PHP info, set up your Apache PHP configurations, demos, ratings, all the installations that are happening on your system. This gives you news of updates of scripts that have been updated. Countog. That's a really cool program for counting. Alright, so here, yeah, so you can go in here and get all the software that you want. And install it. There is just a ton of software. And this is here where you're picking its PHP apps. Click on JavaScripts. See all the different kinds of JavaScript libraries that we have available that you can load if you like to just like code from scratch kind of thing. PHP. Oh, we just looked at that list. Here's all the Perl. There's some things written in Perl which are kind of cool. Movable type is a pretty powerful website building system for blogs. E-commerce, shop site, mail programs, mailing list managers. That's what we got in classes here. Classes are pieces of script that do specific types of things. Really actually pretty cool. If you've got this all loaded on your machine, you will have tons of fun installing all of these different kinds of things and playing with them. We've got for apps here. There's just more apps. So these are all the default applications that are already on the machine. And with that, that is the overview. So here are all of the script demos. Just click on a view of a demo that you want to see, and it will go find where that's installed. And so forth. So you can go through and go see a demo. Let's see a demo of OpenBlog for the heck of it. Oh, okay. There's no demo for this script. Just seeing what happens when it Alright. You can rate your scripts, see all the installations that we have set up on this server. Well, there are two. There's WP and a WP demo. Tasks that we've got going on. Settings of the server environment. Backups and restores. Some settings of the email. Different themes you can have for your AMPPS installation. Online help. And the logout. So there you have it, folks. AMPPS. I want to thank you for stopping by, and please be sure and visit waptug.org and waptug.com. Join our site, get access to our online web IDE, where you can collaboratively code with your friends. We're doing a hackathon here in December. Be sure and sign up. Code sessions, we meet Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays at a coffee shop in Lake City, Washington. Click here and stop by sometime in the morning from 8 to 10 a.m. I know it's early, but if you're up and about and out at that hour of the day, enjoy meeting you. If If you enjoyed this and think it was helpful and want to help support us, you can buy a mouse pad from us. Here's the address. And be sure and check out our site, howdoiinstallitonmy.site. This will be a blog that will have all of these videos uploaded it as we go through all of the AMPPS packages and do an install. So you can watch and see all the settings you'll need to consider before you start installing it. So you can be prepared to provide the required information. Alright, you have a great day. This is Michael McGinn, tuning out.